Welcome back to Crypto Market Wrap. I'm Tom Colosi.
And I'm Brian Kramer. Today we're going to talk to you about some of the events that have happened this past week in cryptocurrency and what we expect to happen next week so you can best position your portfolio and potentially gain some profits.
So let's talk about Black Tuesday. We're starting to get a little farther away from it. We're starting to see all the coins recover about 50%. And if you're thinking about getting in, I think this is a great buying opportunity. If you're on the fence, definitely I would say this is the time to get in.
Yeah, I'd agree. I mean, a lot of coins have recovered about 50% of their losses. Bitcoin's up about 50% from its low. What's really interesting is Ethereum. Ethereum took a pretty big hit, but currently it's trading just a little over $1,100, and it's only about, let's say, 20% from its all-time high. And no other coin can say that right now. So that gives you some thought about how much support there is behind Ethereum. And if we start to move higher, I think Ethereum just takes off.
I agree. I think Ethereum is very strong and is a good buy right now.
Yeah,
for sure.
Two other coins that caught my eye were Bitcoin Cash and Binance. While a lot of coins have recovered about 50%, they're only maybe down 20%, or some are about 10% loss the last 7 days. Bitcoin Cash and Binance are down 28% in the past 7 days alone. I like Binance. I use that site, and their user base is growing significantly. And I think as that user base grows, I heard they were going to try to expand to 30 million accounts. But as that user base grows, their coin's just going to take off simply because of the amount of transactions.
I agree. I mean, they had 5 million users, and I think they are going to plan to have 30 million by the end of the year. And yeah, the Binance coin is a recommend, and Bitcoin Cash. Both of those, if you're looking to get in, I would buy those now. Okay, let's talk about the risk of regulation. France and Germany came out this week. The G20 summit, that's coming up in March, and they are going to come out with some regulations. So what do you think about that?
So yeah, this proposal is interesting. I mean, a lot of countries are really looking at trying to regulate any type of coin, cryptocurrency in particular. And I think it more has to do with their desire to collect taxes. I mean, currently in a lot of countries, there's no avenue for the governments to collect taxes unless users are self-reporting these sales. I mean, the IRS is starting to get more aggressive about it. There's some new language in the new tax law that came out recently regarding cryptocurrencies. But I don't see this as a threat of a ban. It's really more going to give a lot more legitimacy to cryptocurrency in the form of governments enabling themselves to allow reporting and collect taxes. So I view this as a good thing.
I do too. I think this protects the consumer, and it's not a bad thing. This will help get the coins and make us as a consumer feel safer. I do think it's good. And I think we see that from Korea and China. They're kind of backing off a little bit, and Korea's having a registration for people who are buying coins now, and that's so they can tax them. So I think it's a good move, and I think we'll see more countries doing this in the future.
Speaking of South Korea, did you see some of those pictures that users posted? Destroying their monitors, destroring their tubs, breaking walls over the losses.
I did see that. If you haven't, you could Google it. You can see all the different pictures. The hashtag they used, I wasn't sure if they used them. Did they use that?
I don't remember.
Okay.
So later this week, we have the first CME futures contracts expiring on Friday. I'm not certain what to expect out of that. I mean, the CBOE futures expired last Wednesday, and that probably really kind of helped lead to this current correction in prices. But I think the correction is really priced in for the most part. So I don't see the CME futures having any real impact, but it could potentially lead to some increased volatility towards the end of the week.
Yeah, I think we'll see volatility for the next week, but then slowly we'll see a gradual climb in proceeding back to where we probably were before the crash.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
So what are your recommendations for this week?
So I'm recommending Tron, TRX. That's a coin I am very passionate about. I believe Justin Sun has some great partnerships, and it's a coin that is really low. It's trading around 8 cents right now. So I would think if you're looking to get in and not spend a lot of money, TRX would be a good altcoin to get into. They have a sound company, and they have a lot of people on board and partnerships that I'm just so excited about. So I think you should really take a look at it and maybe buy some.
I'll have to research that a little more. I know they were recently trading about 18 cents, 20 cents maybe,
right,
about 2 weeks ago.
So they're gradually climbing back. They were at 8 cents. It was down the lowest, I believe, at 4 cents. But they have recovered, and they are continuing to climb.
Sounds interesting. So for this week, we're just recommending that you hold. Don't rush out and join the panic and do any selling. If you can, try to buy on some dips. There may be some expected volatility later this week, but that is just more of a buying opportunity, and take advantage of this limited downside. But we foresee nothing but profits in the future.
I agree. Once again, I think the U.S. is starting to gain more traction in the U.S. every day. It's not as big as it is in Asia, but we are definitely in the U.S. getting bigger, and I think we're going to see a lot of growth.
Sounds great.
All right, until next time, we'll see you later.
All right, thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Bye.